It was really when my brother signed up for the in-house league back in 2015. I wanted to be his coach. I wanted to work with him, through this whole journey. And, it started all back then. At this point, I don't see it as volunteering at all. I feel like this is my job, this is my life. I do it for the kids, and I would never ask for a penny for what I'm doing. And if someone offers me it, I won't take it. This has been a part of my life for 3 years now, and I'm proud of it. I have no problem with it. I'll do anything for the kids. They're not just the kids I coach, but they're all my little brothers. And anything they want, they'll get it from me. Honestly, I don't know where, my life would be right now, not coaching, this team. I've been coaching this team 3 years in my high school. High school was when, it turned some teenagers around in life, and luckily I was in 10th grade, and I was able to join this great family and, build upon this and stay positive in the community and help out as much as I can. Something unique that I do. I started last season with my team. At the end of the game, when we line up to shake hands, I don't get in the back of the line. I get all the way in the front of the line, beat my team at half field, and shake my team's hand first, win or lose. I just know that my kids always give 100%, and it's a winner. It's a win every time in my books. So I make sure I'm there first, and they're going to smack my hands first for a good game. Commitment is not hard. When you really want to do something and you're really in love with it, it's not hard to be committed to something. That one game I missed, it was for a Pitt and Penn State game. I'm a big Penn State football fan, and I went down there to watch the game down in Hansfield. But that didn't stop me from texting my assistant coach that was coaching the team that day, about how things was going in the game. And of course he wasn't texting back because he was coaching, but I was trying to get my nose in it, as much as I could. But missing practice, I would never miss a practice, because practice is, to get players better. And if I expect the parents to bring the kids these practice on time, how can I, miss out on a practice? That's just not right. And you'll never see me miss a practice. I put the team before anything in my life, honestly. You can ask around. I put my team before anything in my whole life. So you'll never see me miss anything else ever again. I believe you have to have a definitive plan. But you have to be able to stay light on your toes, to adjust to any circumstance that may come across you, whether it's the nature of football, just injuries, or having an injury bug throughout your whole team. Of course, I've witnessed all of it. I witnessed, players not be able to come to a tournament or a game, or just a player going down with an injury. We live by the motto, next man up. That's what I'm gonna live by the rest of my life. A complete roller coaster. We had players, drop out of the team a day before tryouts, a week before tryouts. Those players that we, had on our team that we wanted to, bring on for surely. We've had players, go down with an injury. We've had players not be able to show up to a tournament, So, like I said in the previous question, we live by the motto, next man up, and that's what we want to live by, and that's what this team goes by. Easy. I can't remain confident in the team unless I'm not doing my job. If I do my job, I'm confident in the team. You can't just rely on the players, to show what they show every game. They need new skills. They need new, teaching in their life. So if I'm not doing my job, how can I stay confident? So as long as I'm doing my job, then I can easily remain confident in the team. I think it'd be great. We should win it all. Down in Orlando, we should win tournaments. We have 4 or 5 more tournaments scheduled for the rest of the summer, and we should be able to win each and every one, and we should be able to definitely win down Orlando when we get invited down there. At this point, I was supposed to retire last year. I retired from the in-house league last year, and I'm back on the travel team, so I don't know when I can get away from it. Not saying I do want to get away from it, but, there are things, that I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to reach the collegiate level. I'm trying to reach the professional level if it may happen. But at one point in time, I know I'm going to have to say goodbye to it, which is sad. But I like watching the kids grow up. I had some of these kids since they was 8. Now they're 10. I had some kids at 7. Now they're 9. And it's just that's the fun part about all of it. Watching the kids grow and watching them do things that you taught them, a year ago, or listening to them say some your lingo, or the routes or concepts, or that's the fun part about everything. And I know I'm gonna have to say goodbye sooner or later, but at this point, I just don't have an answer for you. My coaching staff, of course, is led by me, 18-year-old head coach, the head coach and the offensive coordinator. I'm just a big offensive guy, offensive mastermind, I like to call myself. And, I go in and I know I can pick apart defenses, easily. I study, I do too much game planning not to. Then on the other side of the ball, it's led by my best friend, my cousin, all that. I know him for years, Devon Mathis. He's really a defensive guy, he teaches a nasty defense, and keeps the intensity high, and, he knows what he's doing. For sure, he's a great teacher, and all that. Our first year coaching in the in-house league, we won a championship together, and I was 17, he was 16 or 15, one of those two. And that's at that point I knew I wanted to keep him for the long way. As soon as I figured I was coaching this travel team, I immediately gave him a call because that's how I wanted to coach this defense. With the assistant coach, we got Chris Clark. The real verbal guy. He knows how to keep the intensity high. He knows how to keep kids' heads up high. And, just the small things, whether it's, which hip to attack, on the flag grab or whatever. The small things which really makes him a great coach. And, that's exactly why he's on this coaching staff. And finally, Coach Richie, I don't know if he even considers himself as a coach. But, with me, he's definitely a part of this coaching staff. Half this team wouldn't be, with me, if it wasn't for him, without his recruiting help. He brought a couple guys on the team. His own son is our star cornerback. And, if it wasn't for him, like I said, this team, wouldn't be this team right now. At the tournaments, he goes out and he scouts teams, tells us what teams like to do and, their star players. I couldn't be more grateful to have him on my coaching staff and with everyone else.